Let's talk about repurposing. Now, before we dive into this episode, if you're new around here, welcome. My name's Ed Troxell. I am your host of the Good Agent podcast, and it's actually a video podcast if you didn't know. So you might be listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, but there is a video option. So if you want to see this good looking host with great hair who says some dumb stuff sometimes, you can right here live on our YouTube channel or over on our website or anywhere that the video option is available for you, which, fun fact, Spotify now does have a video option for podcasts. All right, so let's get into this episode. This is something that I literally had to stop what I was doing to record this episode because of what I was doing. So what I was doing was going over my content calendar. So I have a social media scheduling tool that I use, and I have it on the calendar view. So I can see every week here in March. And I try to have at least 1 month ahead of time, if not more, with certain pieces of content. Others I do in the moment. It's just how I do it. So when I'm looking at my calendar for March, I'm looking at how full it is, which is amazing because I normally don't do that. I usually just do it spur of the moment. I go with what I feel and the direct download that I get, from the universe without getting too woo woo, right? And so when I was looking at my posts, I was thinking, man, these are some really good posts. Like not just the caption, not just the graphics, not just the videos, not just the audiograms, but the captions, the descriptions of the posts. I was like, these are really good. Why am I wasting them on a one-hit wonder here with social media? I'm going to explain that here in just a second, so stick with me. And well, before I do, here's the spoiler alert. That's the hook. I'm going to get to it in just a second. But before I do, if you haven't joined the email list, what are you doing? Use the link down below to join the email list. It's called Handle Your Business Weekly. It's one email I send every week that has business and marketing tips. It's easy to scan. You get it right in your inbox, and it probably will save your business, whether it's streamlining something, adding a process, or allowing you to discover a new tool that's going to make your life that much better. So go ahead, sign up. It's free. And I also provide some free training as well with that welcome series. All right. So now back to this episode. Don't you like that little infomercial for yourself? Anyway, back to this episode. So I was working on the calendar. I was looking at the posts and realizing these descriptions are really good and that I want to use them more somewhere else. Like I don't want them to just be, Tuesday at 12 p.m., go out on social and then be done with it. Like, why? Why just let it just stop there? I want to repurpose that content, right? So let's talk about repurposing for a second. Oftentimes, you'll probably have heard, hopefully, the word repurpose. And oftentimes we talk about repurposing, let's say, your videos and sharing them on multiple platforms or pulling the audio from your video and making it into a podcast episode or being able to create a graphic based on a quote that you said in the audio or the video piece of it. So we talk a lot about repurposing that way. Another example is taking long form video and putting it into short form video. And so we talk a lot about repurposing that way, but we don't talk a lot about repurposing the copy, the description, the text that's in that description of our social media posts. And that's what I wanted to share with you here on this episode is when you're creating your content. So for example, you're creating your social media posts. You're doing a lot of work. You're creating the media, which is either the the graphic or the audiogram or the video. So you've created that, which hopefully you'll repurpose into a different format somewhere else at a later time. But then you're also creating that description, that the caption, that text that goes with it. And that's gold. That is something that you can easily repurpose into, wait for it, your emails. Yes. That email list that I've told you 100 times that you should have created and be using on a regular basis. Yeah, that. And you're probably thinking, yes, I know, but I don't have content. I just gave it to you. Take what you're already doing, what you already have done, and repurpose it to your email list. Share that content. And I promise you, one, it's going to make your life a lot easier because you're copying and pasting basically. You can expand on it. And in fact, I do that a lot where I actually will take something from my social media calendar. I will then take it over to my email marketing, and then I actually will expand on it. I'll go in, I'll edit, and it's a way, it actually just sparks that creativity for me. So I have something to work with instead of a blank screen. Totally helpful. So try that. And let me know how it goes, actually, by the way, too. But that is something that you can do, and you have content for days, weeks, months, and you're actually going to be able to follow up with your email list and touch base with them. And it's really, really good because it creates that repetition. Ooh, we had repurpose. Now we have repetition. That repetition, that repeat. Ooh, what is up with the R's? Wow. I'm direct download here. So we have that repeat conversation going on. So even if, because I know you're probably thinking this, you're thinking, oh, but if I posted it on social media and now I'm sending it an email, they're going to know that it's the same thing and they're going to be irritated and probably unsubscribe or unfollow. Folks who are not watching the video portion of this, you can't see my expression, but it's basically not your problem. Don't worry about that. That is not something that you should be thinking about because I can almost guarantee you they are not thinking that. They being the people on the other end, your email list or your followers. And even if they were, then oh my gosh, you should send them a thank you because one, they're paying attention to you so closely. And two, they're never going to buy from you anyway. So now they can make space for others. Okay. So let's not get tied up in that. If anything, it's a bonus for you because they saw it on social media. Follow me here. They saw it on social media. They probably didn't do anything with it. They didn't engage with it or anything. And then they're seeing it in the email. And then they're like, hey, this is kind of familiar. Oh, maybe I should be doing that because this is a sign. Because I know I saw this somewhere. I swear I saw this sooner. Happens all the time. In fact, I know somebody who was just sharing a story with me, which is also probably why this episode was inspired, because they were sharing an episode. They were sharing with me somebody who had done that with them, meaning they sent out their email list. Sorry, let me back up. See, I'm not editing this, so let's just roll with it. A friend of mine posted on social media. They took that same exact post and sent it to their email list. It was part of their newsletter. They got a response from someone on their email list who they know saw it on social, but the person didn't make the connection. They weren't connecting the dots. And so my friend is like, I don't get it. I posted that on social and it didn't get anything, but then I posted it in my email and it got attention. So use what you have, share it on multiple channels, not just social media channels, your email channels, your texting channels, your website channels. Like, share what you have. So that's why it's really important to, one, be aware of this, which, hey, check that box. You're here. You did it. And you're paying attention to me, which is awesome. I appreciate it. Hopefully you'll join that email club. So then that way you get more of these tips on a regular basis. And plus the cool thing about it is you can save it in your email and reference it easy, which is awesome. By the way, you can create a folder called Ed's stuff or Ed. I've had people actually do that and tell me because they love my emails and they are really happy with the information that's shared. So they'll put it in a folder so that they can easily reference it later. So then that way it doesn't get lost in your inbox. Bonus tip, I know. But that's what I want you to think about is how can you repurpose your content? Not just taking a video and putting it on another channel or taking a graphic and repurposing it into a video, which are all great too, by the way. Please do that. But how can you repurpose the copy, that text, that description somewhere else so that you're not working so hard? Go out there, do that, and message me over at edtroxell.com. So that's my website. There's a little me in the lower right-hand corner where I'm waving, and you can click the video on any page and send me a message. You can text, audio, or video, and let me know. Tell me, hey, Ed, I did the repurposing thing. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Until next time, I will see you back here on the Good Agent podcast. And if you haven't done so already, go sign up for the email club and have a great rest of your week. Take care.